Trinity number 3, Francis Manapul, and for the first time, he's not doing the art though in this one.
I think he
Yeah,
just
that's
didn't
a
do the
shame.
inks, didn't he? Like, I think he
Uh,
did some of the art.
Clayman is definitely listed for
Okay.
pencils, so
I was doing all the pencils.
I mean, maybe it's a mix, but certainly Clayman is listed for
It
pencils.
didn't look clear like Manapul on a lot of the pages.
That
I
said, though,
feel
So
the thing is, I feel like Manapul still did the layouts.
possibly.
probably.
Yeah. That said, though, I don't think the art suffered that much for it. I think the art's still
No.
very high quality. Like I
Yeah,
wasn't reading this going, oh, it's not Manapul. I wish it was Manapul. No, I was like, no, this is still gorgeous. Like so,
No, but seeing Manapul's version of Gotham, like from
detective.
Detective,
Yeah,
would have been great. So
it would have been cool.
yeah,
So obviously we knew the last issue was mainly about Superman's past, and it was like a weird memory thing with like Jonathan Kent. Like we got this one was kind of like an intertwined, like the shooting of the Waynes and like Batman. I love that Batman's confused because like he knows Gotham City brick for brick, so him
yep,
not understanding where he is, he knows that something's not right. Like this is an illusion of some kind. He gets that
yep.
something's off. I think that's really cool. But yeah, it's a very
Which
there you
that
go.
begs the question how Black Mercy works. Because if it's playing off of your memories
Hmm.
and he knows Gotham, like
well, I think that's the idea. It's kind of like this idea that he's almost afraid that he wouldn't know his city that well, so it
okay,
kind of
Yeah.
warps his memories
Yeah,
intentionally.
gotcha.
because
Okay.
it's a lot of Black Mercy as well as I mean, it's about giving you what you want, but I think it also plays off your fears. So,
Yeah.
because it gets
That
very
makes
construed. Because even like you see him as a kid, he's getting therapy from Harleen Quinzel, you know,
Yeah.
which obviously didn't happen, but it's like it's like mixing it's like mixing parts of his life up
Oh,
with other parts, and
yeah. It's a dream,
yeah,
right? Like where your brain trying to make sense of stuff, so it pulls from what it knows.
Hmm.
You know.
yeah. But no, like I say, very gorgeous. I did really enjoy this issue. Even something as simple as like Scarecrow showing up in a horse to scare
that was
young
Fantastic.
that was
Bruce.
pretty metal. That was
Yeah,
like I've seen that on the cover of a metal album before.
yeah.
So
And
Probably.
young Bruce seeing all the Trinity as like deformed bat monsters
yeah.
was really
Yeah.
really cool as well. So yeah, there's a lot of really great visuals in this, and there's some good, like, much like last week we had the relationship between Clark and Jonathan Kent. This week we had some touchy moments with Alfred. With
Yep.
Alfred pricking up young Bruce and telling him it's not his fault. And he'll remind him this every day. I'm like, oh, that's like once again, Manapul's finding the heartstrings and he's tugging on them,
Yep.
which
Yeah.
exist for all three of these characters. In fact, one of my favorite pages of this actually is it's actually a really simple page. It's just there's 3 panels, and it's when Bruce and Clark are talking about their sons, and Wonder Woman's at the bottom, and she's talking about honoring the dead. And all it is, it's like Batman's in the first panel, Superman's in the second one, Wonder Woman's in the third panel. All 3 panels here are just like they're all gorgeous, but I just especially love the framing of the Wonder Woman panel, like how she's sort of looking over her shoulder.
Yeah, like back towards the other two.
Yeah. So yeah, my train of thought was all over the place there because Matt was having technical difficulties in the corner of my eye.
Yep.
But no,
That's all right.
I was just saying this page was gorgeous. I like how bold it is. It's just the 3 big panels. They all look sufficiently sort of moody. The colours are very blue, as they're having this real sort of like sad moment of like almost just kind of like talking about their philosophy and life and death. But it's kind of the thing like the Trinity book should be about these big ideas because it is these big larger than life characters and it is the biggest of the big, So I like that simplicity. And of course, back in the real world, Lois is being smart and she's sniffing out that there's something wrong, and
Yeah.
realizes that John's in trouble, and she crashes into the barn in a car to get to Poison Ivy, and that's kind of the big moment we end on. But what did you guys like about this issue?
Oh, you're gonna let us speak? Okay.
Oh, sorry, Connor, did I go on for a bit there?
I mean, feels like a while. Wasn't looking at the clock. But to get on point, yeah, I really love the ending. I like that Lois is proper like figured it out, and she's like, nope, I'm gonna go and dive into danger and figure it out and save the kid.
That's what Lois Lane does.
Exactly. I feel like there's not been enough of that lately.
No.
Well, there's been more than there has been
Well,
a little
yeah,
bit before.
yeah. With Superwoman and Action, that makes up for a lot of the Lois's absence in New 52. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and here it seems to be consistent.
that's one of the things we've been talking about a lot over the last few weeks in actions specifically. That they're really making Lois more of a presence again, and that's good.
Yeah. So, but no, I liked the stuff that was going on with the with Bruce, young Bruce falling, and Superman's like, "Oh, I can get to him," and like all the trust, because we know that Batman doesn't trust the Superman still. Like that's what that whole dinner was about.
Yeah.
You
Which,
know.
actually, just to kind of flip back to Superman, kind of just to bring in like a point to compare them, I kind of like that in that trust is still building, but in that they're building it through their kids. Like, it's like in order to teach our kids to be better, we have to play nice and
be the example.
Yeah. So I like that.
But like here, he gives his trust to him to save his younger self, and Batman's still trying to figure out what is going on because he's like, well, it's not time and it's not a dream. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, there's too much different things changing for it to just be either time travel or an alternate reality. Like things are acting weird.
Yeah. So I like that Batman's piecing it together because that's what he should be doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And of course, it tells us in the last page that the next issue, as we'd expect, is going to be Themyscira based, which makes sense.
With all the year one stuff that Rucka's been doing, I'm curious to see what we're going to get from Manapul.
Yeah, I wonder how much... I mean, obviously they work together and whatever, but I'm just wondering how much of that he's been paying attention to, so that for this issue that is going to explore her past, has he really been paying attention so the details will really kind of not necessarily line up, because we're seeing that things are different here. Like, all the Batman stuff's different, but will it thematically kind of complement what's going on, over there?
Right.
Lean on the ideas that Ruck has been presenting.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be really cool if it does. But no, that's another really strong issue. A Trinity. Trinity's 3 for 3 as far as I'm concerned at this point.
Yeah, definitely.